What is your will, my master?
Hey, good morning, Warren. A quick demo video for you for your 7 chambers and Veracity Labs Magical Myth Saber. Technically, this guy isn't going to be going out over to you for a while because I need a new helper board. I figured out a way to bypass the helper board for now just to show you that everything works because I put a lot of work into this yesterday. So I wanted to go ahead and fire this video off to you to show you that it works. I also made a recessed blade for it, so I wanted to show you that that worked. But I'm going to hang on to this until I get a new helper board. What happened yesterday was I tested this guy multiple times. It worked fine. I was in the middle of doing a demo for you yesterday and it would not turn on. I thought I blew a board, so I went through, I completely dismantled it. I put in a new Proffie, and still the same thing, right? So then I went to the helper board, bypassed the kill switch, and it worked fine. And I was kind of sleeping on it last night, and I woke up this morning and I was thinking, is there a way? Here she is again. She likes coming in here. Is there a way for me to bypass the kill switch on the helper board? So I was looking on Veracity Labs website for a schematic of the board, and I found out there's a bit of something that's been happening with these boards that they're aware of. It happens in like less than 10% or about 10%, but it still happens. So I'm just going to read it to you real quick so you know what's happening, right? There's 2 different failures that could happen with the on this particular helper board. One will be burning out the red diode, which it did not do because they work fine. But number 2 is if the surge is bad enough and it fries the gate of the MOSFET, it locks it to close and it destroys the board's ability to function as a kill switch. None of this causes problems to the main board, so there's no danger of damaging the Proffie board, but it renders the helper board useless. And they said, let me stress that these occurrences are rare and happen in less than 10%. Welcome to the 10%. So anyway, I just wanted to read that to you. I did send you a few screenshots of what I pulled off from their website, but I've reached out to both 7 Chambers and Veracity Labs to see who gets back to me first, and I'll get another helper board. Slap it in here. It doesn't take long. And then we can, I'll fix it and I'll ship it out to you. So after all that long explanation, I still wanted to send you a demo to show you that the Saber works. It's just going to be working for the time being without a kill switch, right? And how you get to that obviously is you just slide this back and you can see your kill switch right there. Or if you slid it all the way back, you can see your reveal board, and underneath is the helper board, and that particular component is the one that I need to replace. Okay. So for all you guys that are installers out there, what I did, there's a place on the helper board where you put the battery positive, and there's a different place on the board where you put the board positive. I took those both off the board and I soldered them together so that I could make this demo. And then I soldered them both actually to the board positive tab on the helper board, so this functions without a kill switch. But anyway, you just want to take this grenade section off. You pop that off, and then here's your chassis. You got a removable battery set up here. You can see your spring side in there. We've got a 7 PCB right here that makes contact with that blade side PCB in there that doesn't come out. And you've got CC sabers in here. And this, of course, is set up for a recessed blade. So this is where you put your battery, obviously. But before we do that, if you ever need to get to your board, what you want to do is just unscrew this entire pommel. You don't have to unscrew the end cap. It's this entire piece right here, right? So just unscrew it. We'll take this out. When you take this out, you have a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker in its own speaker pod right there. And it's meant to stay in that piece. When you take that out, this reveals your board. So easy access to, both your SD card and your micro USB, and then of course your speaker pogo pins there. But if you don't want to change your setup, this is something that you never even have to mess with. And this is the same exact setup as your Dennis Lukinov creepy uncle. And I got that all fixed too, but I talked to you about that privately, right? That was from someone else, and then you sent it to me. I fixed it. It's all working. So we'll throw a battery in this guy real quick. Go ahead and screw this back down all the way. It'll lock down all the way. Turn this light off so you can see your LEDs. So you got your cave scene, excuse me, cave scene LEDs going until you hit power. Now, it may not be picking up well on video, but your green light stays on when the saber's powered on, and your red light just kind of pulses, right? Hopefully you can see that. LEDs up here firing up like they should. Twist off. Actually, you did. Swing on. Just like that. And we will throw your blade in here. You would ask for the same type of blade that I made Lando. That was a 32.5-inch NeoPixel blade. So that's what we've got right here. It is a recessed blade. I use my own recessed holders in here, and then this particular blade side PCB is from KR Sabers, because I have a few of these laying around and they're really good, right? So that's what's in here. This is made with BTF strips, multiple layers of diffusion in here, and it lights up really well. I actually had got this blade stock material from the KR Sabers USA store, all right, because Custom Saber Shop is currently out. So we're going to put this in here, but before we do, we got to take off this top emitter. We'll just unscrew this. I don't ever screw this on. I don't ever crank it really tight, because you do have to take it off, right? So just kind of hand tighten it a bit so it comes out. You pop that out. You have a single blade retention screw that's right here, and you have to loosen that before you can put the blade in. We'll do that right now. Now, when you put this blade in, it is super tight, and I made it that way on purpose, right? But if while you're putting it in, act like you're screwing it in. So, you know, righty-tighty, just kind of push it down in there, and it will go. It's just super tight. I cut this blade to length, and I like to put the piece that I cut of the blade down inside the emitter. It helps it just be that much more stable. And actually, before we do that, sorry, you're going to want to take this piece right here, put it over your blade like that, and now you can put this in here. I say to act like you're going to screw it in because the cup of the emitter has a long screw in it, and it screws into the body, right? So you don't ever want to put this blade in and turn it to the left like you're unscrewing it. You will probably loosen that cup because it's so tight. So always act like you're screwing it in. And then even when you're taking it out, you can pull it out. You can pull it straight out, or if it's not coming very nice, you can act like you can turn it to the right as you're pulling it out, if that makes sense, right? So it makes sure that all the mechanisms stay tight. And once we got that blade in, we'll come over here and tighten it down. And once you tighten it down, you can take your top piece of your emitter and slide it down, and then screw it in too. And then we'll go right down into place. There's a little bit of a process to get, but it's not too bad. And then we could turn this guy on. Back up a little bit. Blade lock up right here. So you're super loud. We'll go to your soundtrack. Turn it off and go to the next sound font.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Try to keep this over here so you can see the blinkies. I'm left-handed, so it's a little weird.
I am. Go away! I am a Jedi, like my father before
And I
me.
think we're back to the beginning because you had about 5 fonts on here, you know, that you had me put on here. So to get the blade out, of course, we're just going to want to unscrew the emitter again. Slide it up on your blade just a bit. Come over here and loosen that retention screw. And then, like I said, when you're taking it out, just twist it to the right and it will come right out on you. Just like that. Put this off to the side and we can go ahead and take this off your blade. And then you need to remember to put that retention screw back inside the emitter or this top piece won't fit in properly, right? So we'll just screw that back in a little bit. This should go right on. And then we'll take the battery out. Very easy to do. Everything's a nice snug fit. You should be able to come over here from the positive side by this PCB and pull it out with your finger just like that. And that's basically your Magic of Myth. Let me know if you got any questions. And then, like I said, I will be hanging on to this until I can get a new helper board to put in here for you so that the kill switch functions properly. All right, thanks.